like, what is this? I was like, oh my God, it's Leah's husband.
I know him.
I was like, isn't this your husband's song?
That's him, Slim Dan.
Slim Dan.
It's like touring season now, right? Like, I feel like everybody's going on tour now because he's starting to book tours, and
Yeah, it's like now and then, especially like the fall.
the fall is big. He's gonna be gone like most of the fall.
I feel you.
I want to like go
Tour
on
widow.
tour with him. Was that so fun?
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, it's like, it's a lot because it's just like,
Bringing a baby in that would be probably hard.
True.
I would say.
yeah, I mean, people do it, but I mean, it's just like, yeah, because you play the show, you come back, you hang out, either like you are staying in that city or you're getting on the bus and waking up somewhere else. And then you're like just trying to go find a bathroom, find coffee, get dressed, brush your teeth.
Welcome to Disrespectful
with Katie Maloney
and Dayna Kathan.
unapologetically,
We're here to do what we want to do.
spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.
It's definitely like if you're someone like Dana, it's her like bed routine and she can't sleep other, like probably not
no.
the vibe.
No.
Yeah, because
It's like those TikToks. It's like,
listen,
I can't do nights.
I love my bed and I love that, but I can. It's sort of it's like camping.
Which I hate doing. So you know what? But I mean, that's so fun. To be in love with someone who's on the road, I could probably make it work. But
Yeah,
with a baby though, it'd be fucking hard.
I've never slept on a tour bus though, because like Danny, I've like seen the tour bus and he's like, so this is where I sleep, and he pulls back the curtain and it's like this coffin looking thing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we're not both gonna fit in there.
you could.
You could.
I mean,
I don't even like sleeping in a twin bed alone. I don't have enough room for my body. Like I
You
can't.
can't
imagine.
sprawl. You really have to sleep like a sardine.
Yeah, I like will sleep on one side, then roll on, and then sleep on him, and then roll and face the thing. Then like try to like go on my back like this, like in the
It's
corner.
Also really loud, and you can't go to the bathroom like number 2 on the
Oh my
bus.
god,
No.
I have diarrhea every day.
Oh, yeah,
like,
no, you
I have
can't.
IBS. That's the other thing. You can't do that. Well,
You'd
what if
have
it's
to hot
liquid?
bag
What if
it.
it's liquid?
You
Hot
can-
bag it.
Are you allowed to poop on a tour bus if it's diarrhea?
If it's
That's
liquid,
a great question.
We should.
No.
We're asking the important
You
questions.
have to hot bag it.
I think we should keep this in. But should we start?
We can start.
I was really nervous because I was having tummy issues, like bad, and my stomach started cramping, and I just had to breathe through it and make myself fall asleep.
Oh my! It's actually terrifying. Are you talking about when you were on the bus?
Yes.
Oh, it's a threat. And for
no.
me, it's like when I get to that point where if I'm standing, I have to go at a 90-degree angle because something is going to happen. Like there's no stopping it.
It's and also you can't flush toilet paper in it too, so you
You
have to like
can't?
wipe and put it in like a little wastebasket.
What's hot bagging it? I imagine it's you put a bag in the. We're talking
toilet.
about tour. Good morning, everyone. We're talking about tour bus do's and don'ts. So you can't poop, so you have to put a bag in there. And
If
then
it's an emergency, you got to stick a plastic bag in the toilet basically, and then into the bag, and then tie it up. And
What do you do with
Fine.
it for like until you get to your next destination? Oh no.
I would need like a litter
Exactly.
box in mine because mine would need to be medical grade. Okay,
oh my
like that plastic bag. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We're
you
just rolling the dice.
basically like have to like have an exorcism before you get on the bus, or otherwise it's like save the poop till morning.
The thing is, mine doesn't have a schedule. My tummy issues do not have. They like to happen when I'm in public and there's no restroom, and I am just a wish and a prayer, like truly hoping that it doesn't happen. For someone who's so shy about tooting and pooping, we talk about it in this pod.
I know.
To all of you fine people, but
I know.
damn, that's so stressful for me. That alone would be.
Well, especially because for me, if I like miss the window,
Oh.
that
no, I
could
have to go right when I
could
have to go.
fuck everything up. But like, I don't know. It's just it's like a different mindset, I guess.
These are all things that we should be doing better by now in 2025. Like we need to have more comfortable seats on airplanes. We need to be able to poop on a bus.
Also, okay, is it true that like will it really f the system up, or is it like you know how they say if you turn your car on when you're pumping gas, your car will explode? Is that is it just lower like how you turn the light on in your car at night, you'll get arrested? Like, are these myths?
No,
or is it
this
true?
is not a myth. This is true. And I don't know why. I mean, I imagine like maybe some people have different rules on their bus because they're able to like go to places where they can dump it, I guess. But I don't like, but when they're touring, they're just pulling up to these venues and they're pulling up to like random parking lots or hotels or something. And there's just nothing for that there. There's not a sewage drain anywhere. I don't know what, I don't know what they call it, but you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's a hard rule.
God, it would just be such a bummer because I would just know that everyone in the bus would know that all of a sudden we're taking an exit again when we shouldn't be taking an exit.
But you
It's
know
because
what?
someone's taking me to
when
a
you're on a
McDonald's.
bus with a bunch of other people, guarantee someone else has to go too.
Okay. Well, I don't think I'm ever going to be in
It's
that position. So you just
camaraderie.
thought-
There's becomes a real sense of community when everyone can't poop when they need to.
Well, I just don't like someone knowing that I poop that I'm dating for like a year.
I mean,
I don't want them to know I do that.
Well, first of all, I never have. That's what I say to Nick. I'm like, well, I've never done that.
I don't
so
do that.
I don't even know what that's about.
I've never even tooted
Even
in my
he'll
life.
be like, we'll be staying at a hotel. He's like, I'm gonna go like grab some coffee, go downstairs, use the bathroom. Like he will not go to the bathroom around me.
No, I'll be like, I need some private time, and you can just do with that information what you will.
It's like I go to the office.
Gotta take a phone call.
Wait, should
Yeah.
therapy session? Should I talk about a trauma that happened to me recently that I was too embarrassed? I told you and Floor, but I was too embarrassed to even say this to Lindsay. So if Lindsay's listening, which is possible that she has, we never talked about it because I was too embarrassed.
But wasn't she in the room with you?
Yeah, and you guys,
You just have never talked about it.
I'm always scared. Like sometimes when you're doing Pilates, what is the word that I'm looking for? You're like straining so hard. I'm scared of like a tooth that you don't know is going to come. And
Yeah.
sometimes that happens to me. It happens when you just least expect it. So the one day that Katie and Flora aren't there and it's just me and Lindsay and the music is particularly quiet in the studio that day, we're like not talking. And then I just rip out. And then I start talking really loudly and quickly.
Was it like a cute one or was it like a loud, offensive one?
No, it was offensive. It was more offensive sounding than what it needed to be. And we never discussed it. And to this day, I was like so scared that you were going to say something the next time we had class together, that you were going to be like making fun of me or something because I'm so shy about it. So anyway, Lindsay.
Have I ever done something like that to you?
No, but I'm just so weird about it. And so Lindsay, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry that we had to go through that and that I didn't handle it well. And I didn't just apologize to you or like.
She probably felt more embarrassed to bring it up to you because she didn't want to embarrass you. Does that make sense? I don't think she wanted to mention it. Like if you weren't going to say anything, neither was she.
Right, which is what makes it even worse because it's just everyone knows that it happened. And then it's like I'm like that little girl on YouTube that was like, oh, did you guys hear that? I think there's a ghost here.
Well, what's more wild than that is can we use the word queef? I think it's such a funny word.
Yeah, we can use the word queef. Did you queef?
No, I have, but because sometimes like when you're having sex and you're like having sex from a certain angle, and then it's like for the next hour. You're like, I like laughed and then
it's always when you least
and then it made me laugh harder. And guess what happened when I laughed
Yeah,
harder?
you did it again. Also,
queefing is real, you guys.
we don't talk about queefing enough in general.
We
This
should
was
talk
such a
about
like
queefing
burn
more.
in the 90s if someone was like accused you of queefing. It was like the queefing witch
I
hunt.
remember kids calling other kids a queef.
Yes, queef. It was like queef and fart knocker were like the two big ones.
Fart knocker.
That was a big one. in
Maybe where
Seattle.
you're from. I don't know. But yeah, queefing was really heavily stigmatized growing up. And
It
I
was
just don't
so
think it should be.
stigmatized.
Because you can't do anything about it. And half the time it's just like someone else did this to me.
You did this to me, and now you're gonna make me feel bad about it.
No one's made me feel bad about it. But I just like, you can't, you stand up, you take a step, you laugh, you cough, you just breathe out. It has to escape.
Sometimes it reminds me of in the labyrinth when they're walking in the bog of eternal stench and they walk on the little, and each step it's like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly.
Sometimes when it happens to me unexpectedly, not necessarily a queef, but I'll take a step hard and then it just happens. And then I'm like, what the
What is going on in here?
So most of the time I'm alone, thank God. But
Well, that's why I get nervous every time we do those, the little like back, or what do you call it? The stretch things where you like lay on your back, you lift your hips up to the, your legs up, and then, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
What do they call those?
the short spine.
The short spine.
Every time I think this could be it.
I'm like really using my Kegels.
I need to put a
then.
cork in my ass next time we go. It's just so upsetting. I'm like, my old Pilates studio was really loud, so it wasn't a problem. And it was dark, so I didn't have to look at anyone.
And there was enough people in there to blame it on.
Yeah, absolutely. Will you blame crop dusting on someone else if you do it?
No,
I blame everyone else.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. First of all, I haven't crop dusted maybe once or twice in my life. I'm scared.
Okay, it must be nice to have such a perfect GI tract that you don't have.
I don't.
It's against my will. I don't want to. It's not something I'm proud of.
What's crop dusting?
Where you like
Leia.
like
What
when you're
is it?
walking like down like a grocery store aisle, or you're in like a room of people and you just fart around a bunch of people.
Oh. Yes.
And then it's so awful when people are like theatrical and they're like, who did that? And then you have to be like, ew, someone really gross.
Do you fart on planes?
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
can't.
God.
You
I'll
guys,
get a
I can't. I'm
stomach
not
ache.
getting
Yeah.
a stomach ache for you. I'm not
Yeah.
getting a stomach ache for a stranger. And you know what I fear right now? That I might have a new crush, and I hope they're not listening to this because
Well, you know what?
I bet they're going
It's
to. So
better to-
ignore all this.
It's better to be your true authentic self because you'll never be too much for the right person.
I'll
You can
never find
say the
love if I
wrong thing
let
to
all
it.
that hang out too soon. I have to make them love me first. I have to trick them into loving me. Then my GI tract.
Then you
comes up.
crop dust them.
Yeah. You know what's better than going to the beach? Going to the beach with some bread. It's great for you, great for your friends, and great for the goals.
A little sandwich, a bagel, a wrap, all while getting a beautiful tan and sunshine. These are the things that make life worth living.
And what better kind of bread to use than Hero Bread? With Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in your favorite bready meals guilt-free.
Like enjoying a bagel breakfast sandwich, burgers, or brats with soft, fluffy buns, sandos for easy lunch, or even meal prepped enchiladas. Their baked goods are mouth-watering while being ultra-low net carbs, 0 gram sugar, and are high in fiber.
My favorite part about Hero Bread is the range. I'm talking sliced bread, buns, tortillas, croissants, biscuits, and more.
Heard of their 4 gram net carb bagel with 19 grams of protein? Well, make sure you're sitting down because Hero Bread now also has a 5 gram net carb everything bagel with 17 grams of protein.
And you'd never know it's low carb and high fiber bread from the texture. It's just beautiful, flaky, tender goodness. Plus, with small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular 2 gram net carb Hero Croissant, you're always getting every type of bread you could ever dream of.
Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code disrespectfully at checkout. That's disrespectfully at hero.co.
You know when you're trying to fall asleep and you're like, this is never going to happen?
Yeah, I think about things I haven't thought about in
Third
years.
grade? I'm like, that was a bummer. Why'd you say that in front of a group of kids?
Well, and then there's something that's like you've been able to sort of put out of your mind that's like a real stress worry point for you. And then that creeps up and then you're just like ruminating over that.
No, I'm like the Grinch in bed. Now to take care of these pesky memories. Well, thank God for Boll and Branch. It does just that.
That's right. Boll and Branch sheets quiet all that noise, wrapping you in a softness so extraordinary your body and mind effortlessly drift to sleep.
Their signature sheets are made of the finest 100% organic cotton, so you can spend every night in the softest feeling imaginable.
These best-selling sheets feel buttery, breathable, and get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with Boll and Branch's 30-night guarantee.
You guys have got to try these sheets. They've completely changed my life. The quality is incredible, and I'm sleeping snug as a bug in a rug every single night. And a bonus, they get softer with every wash. Like, are you kidding me?
It shouldn't be possible, but it is with Boll and Branch. Plus, there are designs and colors for every bedroom style and mattress size, and the perfect foundation for Boll and Branch's airy bed blankets, cloud-like duvets, and so much more.
Plus, with their 30-night guarantee, you can try Boll and Branch sheets for an entire month with no catch. You can wash, style, and feel the difference for yourself risk-free. If you don't get your best night's sleep, you can send them back for a full refund.
Feel the difference an extraordinary night's sleep can make. Imagine. With Boll and Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/disrespectfully. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/disrespectfully to save 15%. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
I blamed Louie the other day for, yep, I had to. I was like, ooh.
Who were you with, your husband or other
No,
people?
I had some friends over and I was just like, Louie.
No, my favorite is like
Maybe I do want to be a mom. Holy shit,
It's,
that's
oh,
such
it's
a good...
the best. Have a dog, have a kid. You'll never have to fart again.
But the dog's farts are very distinct. When I've done it before in the past around somebody on his accident, I was like, did you hear that spider? There's a barking spider in here.
You said that. I've
barking
never heard
spider.
that. So good. What was the other? You said the barking spider. And you said one other like really funny one. What was that? Maybe Caleb says it and Floor said it. Floor said it to us.
What is she
What was it? Was something about like a frog.
Oh, I don't know. No, it's not Farsi. Hello? Hello?
Hold on.
Someone in here?
Yeah. Well,
Are you
that's
calling
like.
Fleur?
Yeah. I just want to know what it was. Hold on.
Hello.
Hi. You're live on
You're
air.
on the air.
You're
I am?
you're on the air. Okay. So the other day, remember when Katie was like talking about tooths and she called it a barking spider, and you said that Caleb calls it something specific when he like what did you call it?
When Kate was talking about what? Sorry.
What do you call a fart noise?
When Katie was like talking about toots and calling it a barking spider, and you're like, oh, Caleb calls it a something. Like he's like, oh, was that? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Call me back in 2 seconds.
Oh my God. No, we're staying on air because we're going to
My
edit
brain
this.
isn't working.
It was an animal and I'd never heard it before. Okay, well, if you think about it, text me and I'll say
I
it.
will. Sorry. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
She's like, it's too early to be talking about this.
She's probably been up since 5 and already worked out.
She's
3
already
times.
gone to F45
She's been on a
5
hike and
times.
F45 and gone to the grocery.
Yeah, whenever Flora goes to Pilates with us, she does an F45 class before. Almost 100% of the time. She's a
If
freak.
I did an F45 class, I'd be done for 5 business days at least.
Yeah, and she does a 5K like every day for fun, which is, I can think of nothing less fun. Anyway, I don't even know if we did technically start the episode, but
Well, we're in it now.
We're in it now. What's going on? I like that you brought up queefing. This was fun.
I know. Well, I think we need to just talk about it and be like, everybody queefs, especially if you have sex.
Normalize it. If you have any type of cavity and you're shoving anything up there, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you do doggy style.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the top of the worst. Well, should we do daddy real quick and then kind of get into our lives and really start the episode?
Yeah. I just have one thing on my daddy list.
Who's on your daddy list?
Going to bed early. That is so daddy. I look forward to it all day. When I'm out doing whatever in the world, I just am thinking about what it's going to feel like just to like slip back into my bed, kick my feet around, scroll on the TikTok, and then go to sleep around 9:30, 9:30.
The best.
And hope I don't wake up at 2 in the morning.
I was going to say, and then you get up at the wee hours of
if
the morning.
I'm going up to bed that early, I'll take like a little like sleep aid or something. So it'll help me sleep through the night. And then I don't usually wake up till like 6:30.
Well, by the time I got in bed last night, I thought of you because the baby blues. I had just laid down and I didn't take one. And it was early enough. It was like 10 and I knew I should have. And then I struggled all night long. So
I know I took mine last night and I was still awake for like a couple more hours. I was like, uh-oh, this isn't working. But then it did.
Okay.
It like works. It starts to work really well like in the morning.
Right. And then that's what happened to me today.
So I'm just thinking I'm going to have to start taking them around like 3 p.m. now.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe just take one like every 6 hours.
Take one when I wake up just so it starts doing its thing because I'll be ready to get back in bed in 6 hours. But yeah, no, going to bed early just, and then you wake up and you feel good. I also I haven't hardly drank this week. I think I had like some wine yesterday, a couple little glasses, and that was it. It hasn't really just been like doing weed.
I just had like a flashback to Pride. It was like taking shots with Red Bull, convulsed. Yeah, that's what they gave me. Beggars can't be choosers.
What do you mean? What kind of shot was Jägerbomb?
Tequila.
Wait.
Yeah.
It was a mix?
They gave it to me for a chaser. Because Jojo, we were at beaches and Jojo was like, I fucking love you, Dayna. Do you want a shot? And he's on the microphone and he told the bartender to give me a tequila shot, which by the way,
was probably warm.
These gays, they're trying to murder me. It was this much tequila. It was 5 shots. And then I asked for a pineapple back and he said no. And gave me warm Red Bull. Yes, it was warm tequila and warm Red Bull. And so I was like, okay.
Yeah, Pride yesterday was an event. It was a lot. We went to Something About Her.
Well, I didn't do my daddy list. Do you care what's on mine?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What's on your... No, I don't.
Okay. Well, we're fighting. The cracks are beginning to show. Okay. Mine are, because we'll get into this too, but cryo chamber. It was hard when I was in it, but I really liked it. Cryotherapy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. And then bloopers. I think I've maybe talked about this before.
We have talked about this.
But the thing is, last night on TikTok, I saw a Breaking Bad blooper reel. And when it's a serious show, particularly, and then they show and you're like, they still were all good friends. And like, once you fuck up once and you're laughing, that every time they have to look at each other, like watching Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston just crack up every 5 seconds was so cute.
That's how I feel about when we're doing our ads. And
once we fuck, you guys, because you guys get the edited version. Once we fuck up, it's like a nightmare.
I used to have a really when you get the giggles, they're anything more fun, but also the worst.
So fun, but the worst. Because you guys haven't heard this because we edit it, we should do a blooper reel someday about our ads. I make these really distinct noises when I fuck it up, and
she goes, "Oh
yeah," and then oh my god, that was actually so good.
Cut that.
Cut that. Sorry, cut that.
Cut that.
Fuck. So yeah, that was sorry. Cut that. So
leave it in.
Keep that
one in.
example,
and we gotta keep it.
The blooper reel though, it was such a 90s moment that they were mandatory, and then we've just stopped doing them, and we should for all of our favorite shows. Like some of my favorites are The Office. Blooper reels are like the best funnies. I don't know how they filmed that show.
And my favorite is like even when you're watching the actual show, if you look at actors in the background, they're like this.
Yeah, you can tell that that was the one take they got that it was remotely working. So
I know, bring them back at the end of every like movie. They had him in there, and I love watching him.
Bye, gay.
Wait, Katie, I feel like I might have asked you this before, but were there a lot of like blooper moments in like filming Vanderpump that like they should have put more
If there was
together?
anything like remotely embarrassing or off, like they absolutely put it in there.
True.
Because you're like, oh, you look stupid, leave it in.
Yeah.
No, the main goal of that show is just to make. No, I was kidding, but no, because I wish there was more of the funny elements to it because there was so much of that in the show, but like mostly just tears.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so is that all?
That's all. Okay, so now we can go back to Pride.
Pride was fucking whew.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Pride Month, everyone.
We went to Something About Her to have a little cute lunch. Walked up to Santa Monica Boulevard, which was chaos.
Wait, before we get too far from Something About Her, I also want to put Something About Her on my daddy list.
Okay.
Because I just like what I like. So when I find something I like, I just repeat
Dana's
the same
only
thing for the
tried
rest of the
one sandwich up until yesterday.
because what I find what works. Why would I change it? But I got the Viola yesterday, and it's now my new hyperfixation food, which is unfortunate because it's far enough away from me. I know you deliver, but like I need it in my life again. So I don't know. Next time you go to the shop, if you go this week, or I'm just gonna come with you because I need it again.
Let's go.
It was really good.
Yeah. I know I get the Kate, which is like normally like a vegetarian, kind of like our
and
like
I had
caprese,
some of
like
Katie's.
heirloom tomato, basil, balsamic, and burrata. And I add salami to it. A lot of kids at the shop like to add bacon, but I like some salam on it. And
I think
then,
I'll do it with prosciutto.
Oh,
Next time,
prosciutto,
would
yeah.
be really good.
But yeah, it was so good. I love our sandwiches. I'd say people can say whatever they want, like, oh, well, at the show, you're not relevant. The point is that the food is relevant. The point is that the food is good. Like, you're not going there because of us. I mean, support us, please. But you're going there because the food is so damn good.
Yeah.
And the vibes.
And the staff is amazing. Everyone that works there is so lovely.
I made a killer playlist. So go for the music, go for the food, go for the vibes, go. Anyway, but yeah, then we go up to Santa Monica Boulevard, and I don't like crowds. Like, if you want to see me get real ornery, real upset, put me in a crowded mesh of people where I can't just freely walk. And I'm like this.
And it was very muggy yesterday. I'll say that. Even for the overcast, it was gross. And I don't know, but I got a
vibes are
wild
so high though.
Yeah, I ended up staying. She ended up leaving.
I wasn't really planning on sticking. Like, my main thing was wanting to just kind of go to the shop, and then wanted to say hi to Bailey. But yeah, I knew that I didn't have it in me to stick it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a wild hair because it was the first day. It was Pride, and it was around. I hadn't seen a bunch of people in a while. And when is the last time you went to the Pink Pony Club? Like the Abbey used to be our shit back in the day. And so it was really, so we went on a like choose your own adventure. So you guys left, and then we were at beaches, and then went to the Abbey, and just fucking like, first of all, it was so hot within the space because it was so packed, but everyone was just having a good time. Like, we just danced, like my back hurt when I got home. So I just knew that I had a good time. So we were just twerking and having fun. And then Raleigh finally got back from tour. So Raleigh's on my daddy list for completing tour with Goldie. She and Goldie for completing the tour. So, but I felt like I hadn't seen her in so long. So I ran over to hers, and it was really good to see her. She's so tired.
Well, welcome back, Raleigh.
So what time would you say you guys left?
Oh my God. 4 maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because maybe I left there at like 6. I feel like I stayed at least an hour, maybe 2 after you left.
Yeah. Well, maybe I got home around 4. Yeah. Crazy times. But wait, can we talk about Cryo?
Yes, let's talk about
our little
our pause
outing
experience.
to Pause. So Pause is like this like sort of wellness center in Studio City here where you can get like red light therapy, sauna, cold plunge. They have like a floating thing. They have a robot massage, which I'm really curious about. And then also cryo, like a cryo chamber. I haven't done cryo in a while, but I always loved it. It is pretty much unbearable for a few minutes, but after, like, it gives you kind of a high.
If I hadn't been with you in that little freezer box, I would have gotten out because I was so miserable. And we did the lowest one, like the beginner level one, but we did the max time, which I am proud of.
Yeah, it's 3.5 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot. They really need to put music in there. Music helps so much.
Well, I think because maybe it's just headphones only, but they only had one pair and we were both in there. But I, like, all of a sudden, your boogers freeze immediately. My eyes were watering, which I was worried about them then freezing closed. And I was just like, the whole time we were in there, this could be Final Destination. Like, there's no way that Final Destination will not use this. Like, that would be just like the tanning bed experience. But yeah, it's pretty fucking cold. And it's easier than cold plunge though. I would take that any day. And I slept really well that night. And I feel like it had to do with the sauna and the cryo and all of it.
Milkshake.
Well, yeah, we have to tell them our whole journey.
I really like it. And it's definitely easier with another person or when you have something to distract you in general. Like you got like winter mittens on and like the whole thing. But I love red light therapy too for the whole bod.
Well, now you're like cold to your bones when you get out. And so then we did the red light bed next. So that was like a nice little heating up experience. And what I thought was cool about that place is that the cold plunge and red light sauna are together in a private room. So if you wanted, I only got in it once for 2 seconds, the cold plunge, but like,
I don't do cold plunge.
if you wanted to, you could. And it's nice that it's private. So it's just like you can take your robe off
and you can listen to music in the sauna, which is a plus.
Yes.
Big old plus. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I want to go back.
I know we need to. And I also want to check out the AI robot massage thing.
I'll do cryo and then I want to do the float thing.
Leah, have you ever done that? It's like the same temperature as your body. So it's like the sea salt float thing tanks.
No, but I've seen it. Are you like enclosed in like contraption?
It's like a little pod that you get in and it's like has tons of salt water. So there's like you're super buoyant in
it
there.
looks really cool.
And
It's like sensory deprivation or something. It's like the thing that Lady Gaga got carried into the VMAs that one year. That's what it looks like. Is that egg?
I have floated in salt water before though.
Okay.
And you like just it's a really cool feeling.
I just want to feel weightless.
Wait, you said you've never done it anywhere. No. Okay, we should go. I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts. So that scares me of like you are sensory deprivation and then it's just like my brain is on. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'll give it a try.
Don't shave right before.
What?
Don't shave right before.
Oh, no. Ow, that would probably sting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, one time I shaved before I got a pedicure. Ooh.
Mistake. Well, also, are they like changing the water between each, like people are queefing in there. So I'm wondering if it's like, clean water.
Dude.
I'm going to go before Katie. Yeah, I thought it was just an overall fantastic experience. And I want to do it consistently enough, the cryo, that I'm better at doing. Because I know people say you get more used to the cold plunges. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to that.
How? That's psychotic.
Well, and then we put our hands in there and I was like, hey, do you know that the Titanic water was colder than what this is? And so we each put our hand in and she was like, fuck that. And I think it was 43 degrees. And then I looked it up. The night the Titanic sank, the water was 28 degrees and the outside was 29 degrees, the air.
Fuck that.
So that would be terrible. Speaking of, it's now the month that the Netflix documentary comes out about the Titan Submersible. I did, however, it's on Max and then I think Discovery or whatever, but there's another one called Implosion. Which we were laughing about the title because it's just so straightforward. I thought if I watched it, I would be like, I don't really care to see the Netflix. No, I need more footage. I need more content. It was so fascinating and fucked up and everyone needs to watch it. So you need to watch that.
And I watched the other one that you sent me, the one where they were doing like the rendering and I was bored.
Well, that wasn't like exciting. That was if you're a big old fucking nerd that needs to know everything about the Titanic. That's more for me. But this one is for you too. You need to watch Implosion.
Okay.
You wouldn't be bored.
Implosion.
Yeah, you would love it. I just couldn't believe let me just tell you one little fact about it that took my breath away. After they had so many problems and the last hole that ever existed that had so clearly like cracked during one of their dives, they stored the Titan Submersible outside in the snow during the off season. They didn't put it in not even a container or like just in general, it's so expensive to store such an expensive piece of technology like it was nothing. But then also it's now we have the carbon fiber freezing and then expanding and retracting because the different temperatures. Like I couldn't believe that it wasn't inside in a temperature controlled place.
Aren't these people supposed to be scientists?
Well, guess not, because it obviously didn't go very well. But yeah, the whole thing was, I need to siphon off as much of it as I can. I like want to go on another TikTok. I started it again because I just put it on in the background. But that's how I am. So
I have a question. This is totally left turn.
Okay.
You know that TikTok trend that's like the airball trend with Akon? What would your airball be?
You know what? I haven't participated in the trend because I couldn't think of one.
I know, but like, okay.
Do you know what yours would be?
No, but I was hoping that you would have one.
We're all about empowerment here. Ownership of your body, your needs, and your desire.
Right? When your desire's off, it doesn't just affect sex. It can throw off your whole entire vibe.
Luckily, there's Addyi. It's the first and only FDA-approved little pink pill for frustratingly low libido in certain premenopausal women.
It's taken once daily, it's non-hormonal, and it's backed by real data. Not just a take a bubble bath and relax nonsense.
Yeah, and bubble baths can throw off your pH, so, it's safer. So if you're tired of feeling off and pretending it's fine, go to Addyi.com and learn more. That's ADDYI.com.
Addyi, or flibanserin, is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have had low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. This low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Addyi is not for use in children, men, or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Addyi dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addyi at bedtime. This risk increases if you take certain prescriptions, OTC or herbal medications, or have liver problems, and can happen when you take Addyi without alcohol or other medicines. Do not take if you are allergic to any of Addyi's ingredients. Allergic reaction may include hives, itching, or trouble breathing. Sometimes serious sleepiness can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including boxed warning, at addyi.com/PI.
If your brain is at full capacity with to-dos and errands, birthdays, and the dinner plan for Tuesday, let Skylight Calendar handle the rest. It syncs your entire family's schedule into a sleek digital display so you can focus on more important things like remembering where you left your coffee.
Skylight Calendar was designed to connect the digital and non-digital worlds while bringing families together. It's a Wi-Fi connected digital display that showcases your family's schedule with clarity, color, and brilliance in either 810 or 15-inch HD touchscreen.
This all-in-one smart calendar syncs seamlessly with Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, and more, giving you customizable views for daily, weekly, or monthly planning. You will be able to manage events, chores, and grocery lists while assigning colors for each of your family members and eliminating excuses for not knowing what they needed to do.
With the free Skylight companion app, you can add or update events, lists, and more on the go. Your happiness is Skylight's happiness. So if in 120 days you're not 100% thrilled with your purchase, you can return it for a full refund. No questions asked.
Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to skylightcal.com/disrespectfully.
Go to skylightcal.com/disrespectfully for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That's SKYLIGHTCAL.com/disrespectfully. So if you don't know this trend, so people will be like, oh, my dad's an actor. It's like 3 photos. And then the next one is like, oh, cool, in commercials and stuff. And then the last photo will be like, holy fucking Airball. And it's like, it'll show the dad is like some famous. Yeah, exactly. So, God, what would my Airball be? Leia, do you have an Airball?
Wait, explain the trend to me one more time.
Okay, so it's like it's this everyone's using the same song. So it's a series of like 3 photos, and over the photos the text will be like, "Oh, I told them that my family owns a bag company." And they're like, "Oh, cute." And then it shows like a picture of like these like little flea market bags or like, very small business bags. And then it's like the next one's Holy Airball, and it's like their parents own like Goyard. Like,
yeah, so it's different. It's just basically if people like
miss the
like
it by miles.
Yeah. What would mine be? Mine would probably be something funny in relation to mental illness. Like it'd be like, oh, you have to take medication to sleep. Cute, like melatonin. Mine would be like holy fucking Airball, and it would be like
yeah,
trazodone. What's the main one that I'm resistant to that doesn't do anything? Ambien. Yeah, it would be like all that holy fucking Airball.
Yeah,
that would be mine. What would yours be?
Okay, let me think. Mine would. I was gonna say mine would be like food related or like
yours would be like, oh, I was on reality TV back in the day, and the second one would be like, oh, cool, like
one
Rock
of those
of
little
Love.
game shows. No, like one of those like little Nickelodeon, like the Temple of whatever.
Yes,
and then it's
holy fucking Airball. It's like
Emmy nominated.
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
That would be a good one for you, Leia. Let's make yours about like your breast milk lotion.
Oh my God.
What?
I remember she did the TikTok. Danny ruined her milk because he didn't put it away properly or something, and so she turned it into lotion.
Wow,
like an engineer.
She
made a TikTok,
Whip it?
literally, and I was like, wow, this is so. I love this content.
Oh wait, I think I do remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Damn.
Wait, this is interesting. I feel like I need to ruminate on this one.
Okay, you can ruminate.
It's always so hard when someone asks you to come up with something on the spot, and then all of a sudden you don't know who you are.
Exactly.
But yeah, yours would be something funny with
maybe that I grew up like super Orthodox Jewish.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Really? With the
Well, like I had to like
And the-
cover my knees and elbows, and I had like
Were you
rabbi
planning on
teachers.
shaving your head someday, like when you got married?
People only do that to like make the wearing the wig easier. Like my grandmother has like cut her hair really short so that she could wear a wig.
Okay.
why do they wear wig?
Because it's like you don't want the men to be men who aren't your husband to be attracted to you, so you cover your hair
Like your hair becomes something sacred
You
after
color your hair with different hair?
with a wig. It kind of doesn't make sense in that way
That's
because
what
it's
I mean.
like
I'm
a wig could look better than your actual hair. So
That's what I
it's like-
mean. I was like, I would have a fire ass wig, and then everyone would be on my fucking ass.
mine would be
Right.
like bust down like
Right.
inches to my knees. Like
Braid.
but
No, but it's
It's
all
'cause your
about
hair's
not attracting like men
Yeah.
who aren't your husband. So it's like you
Modesty.
wear, yeah. So you don't wear pants. You wear like you cover your knees, your elbows. Like I wasn't allowed to wear nail polish in school.
That's like every girl when she finally like gets married or gets a boyfriend. I saw this really funny one. They're like, I think we should make this official, become like boyfriend, girlfriend. The girl's like, okay. And then it's like, she like, you know, like in those like movies where like they become the Hulk or like they like beast out, like they become a werewolf. All of a sudden it looks pants down
Oh,
to her
I've
legs
seen
and they
this.
haven't been shaved. And she's got her hair in a bun and like wearing like a sweatsuit. Like that's basically.
I've seen that.
so why this is interesting to me. So is your family still Orthodox?
So like today, right now is a Jewish holiday, and my family is like not using their phones, not using their like technology. They don't drive. They're like keeping a holiday, going to shul.
So how did you break off from that? Like why aren't because you look like we talked about a 90s
Well, I'm
sitcom today, so you're
here.
not.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah. I mean, well, my dad passed away, and then I was like, fuck God, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So and Danny's also not. He like broke off earlier. He was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. He doesn't like being told what to do. So he left.
What's it
earlier
called?
than me.
ODD? Something defiance disorder, like obedience defiance disorder.
Whatever it is, he has that for sure.
Okay, this has
Wild.
just not worked for me for so many reasons, but mostly that so no TikTok at all.
No phones, no TV, no driving anywhere.
Can you
walk
read?
everywhere. You can
Yeah.
read, yeah.
You could pray.
Ugh.
Some people take it to the next level though, and they'll only read books about like
The
Judaism.
holiday or
Mhm.
the religion.
Damn.
Well, that's interesting.
I'll tell you all about it.
Crazy.
Well, that's a lesson in that.
Now we've covered the learning. We've fed
There's
our
our
minds.
airball trend.
We did. There's your airball journey.
It's like, yeah, I'm religious, and then the airball.
Oh yeah,
is-
they're like, oh, like you like to go to church, and then it's just like some basic, and it's
yeah.
and it's
That
like
would
then
be
it's just
the
like a
kid
picture of
with
all
the-
the dudes with their those like weird cheese head. That's what every time I thought about it. Sorry, no offense to anyone, but like think about the people from Wisconsin that wear the cheese head
Mhm.
things. That's what every time I see them walking around with one of the brown hats on. That's what I think of.
well, they're not on their phones, so we also can't see their trend. It's probably in their drafts on the days that they can be on their phones.
It's in the draft.
I have 2 television updates for you.
What's that?
One of which is really upsetting. One of which is great. Sirens. You were right.
Mhm.
I finished it. It was such a fun
Great.
watch. Great show. I couldn't believe it was 5 episodes, which allegedly Katie told me, and I
I
goldfish
did. I
brained
was
that.
like, it's such an easy watch. It's only 5 episodes.
And then I texted her and was like, oh my God, this is only 5 episodes. And she's like, yeah, I'm aware. Acting, casting, everything about it was great. One gal, when we had talked about it on here and I hadn't seen it yet, DM'd me and was like, you're Devin. And then I watched the show and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that now that I've seen the show. But yeah, I mean, I love her affinity for smoking. Great show. You need to watch that. And Just Like That is back for season 3. I'm unable to continue watching it. I fast forwarded through most of the episode because so much of it was cringe. We are so ride or die for Sex and the City. I will always be classic for me, but I have suffered through the first 2 seasons trying to just see if I could hang on. I can't do it. It's
What was so bad about it?
There is this horrible scene that has to do with phone sex that is my skin almost fell off. I just and I have I don't have a high tolerance for that, for like cringe things. It feels like the bottom of the barrel too when the plot is going in so many different directions and they're really reaching because they just don't have I will say the first episode had some of the writing that felt similar to Sex and the City, which was nice. Other than that, I have nothing good to say about it. It's just too out there. It's also, they're trying to make it modern so much that they incorporate little things that to me, it kind of takes me out of the show. 'Cause
I don't
it's
like that. I don't like when people try to like modernize it too much or make it like too of the the current times.
using terms to be like, we're woke, we're with it. This is what's going on. You know what I mean? Or we're like talking about TikTok. I'm like, no, I do enough of that in my own life. So I don't know how you all are feeling about and just like that, but I simply cannot.
Who was having phone sex?
Carrie and Aiden. First of all, Aiden, your kid got drunk at a high school party, and so you can't be with Carrie for 5 years. You guys are in your twilight zone.
Wait, what does
so
that mean?
We don't know if you have
I
5
haven't watched,
fucking
but
years
what
left.
happened?
His kid got like drunk at a party, and he was like, he really needs me right now, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if my parents had to care about me getting drunk at parties, I mean,
For 5, where does the 5 years come in?
because he was like, I need to get him through college. So he needed to move back to Virginia or wherever he was from. Him and Carrie finally got together after all this time. And he's like, okay, I need to move home to be with my son until he's done with college. And P.S., I don't want to talk to you. We can't speak. So they're sending each other postcards with nothing on them to be like, I'm thinking about you. And then he breaks no contact to jerk off in his car while he's chatting with her. And it's holy fucking Airball. It is so upsetting. It is, you guys, I couldn't even watch it.
The only thing I keep seeing is like the Miranda thing where she goes, I had sex with the nun.
Yeah, do you know who the nun is?
Rosie O'Donnell. Like, what?
Nothing on planet Earth could have prepared me for who the nun was.
Rosie O'Donnell.
I just didn't know. So that was upsetting.
That is really upsetting.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Not problematic. I don't want to think about her fucking anyone. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
No, Rosie O'Donnell has never ever, like, she was asexual. She didn't even have parts.
Yeah.
Sorry, but like
no.
she's one of those people that's just like you never ever want to picture them naked or fucking. And I picture everybody having sex.
That's like one of the first things I do when I
That's
think
one
about
thing.
you.
I'm just like, what do they look like? If I've ever met you, I've thought about what you're like fucking.
100%. And sometimes it's uncontrolled. Sometimes I don't want
no,
to.
it is.
But Rosie O'Donnell, it just hasn't even registered.
I don't want to. It's not because I'm attracted to anyone. It's just I have
You
this
gotta
like
know.
I have this like sick fascination with just like what somebody's like. And sometimes I laugh because I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny. And other times I'm like, no, that's scary. And other times I'm like, well,
Rosie O'Donnell's like as above, so below scary, thinking about her having sex. I'm like, no, thank you. So anyway, I'm just like, the whole thing is so, and I'm devastated, but I'm officially done. That phone call, he licks his hand like in the,
he licks
did
it.
you, Leia, did you watch it?
No, but they're texting me from next door being like, what are they talking about? It's amazing.
So I don't know. I'm curious what how our audience feels. By the way, sorry, quick pivot back to Pride. I meant to say this. After you left, a bunch of people came up to me at Pride. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name. You heard the story about the warm tequila and the Red Bull and said they love the podcast. So if anyone is listening right now and you came up and said hi, I always am like so touched when someone wants to come and say hi specifically about that.
Do you know who else came up to me yesterday speaking about Pride? And shout out to you if you listen. I don't know his name, but he told me and I can't remember. Listen, I'm not going to
I'm pretty sure one of them was named
I probably
Alicia.
thought about you having sex because God forbid a girl have a hobby, but I don't remember your name. But he was like, I work for Kerry Washington. So when I went, of course, I had to Kerry. And I was like, well, she needs to try it now. He's like, she knows. We told her. And I was like, bitch, come in.
Did you tell her
Olivia Pope?
Did you tell her we also have tried to get her on the podcast?
No.
Okay, well, also if you're listening,
It was
please work on
loud
that.
and it was brief and everything like that. But I was just like, if Olivia Pope came into something about her to have a Carrie, I would die on the spot. I love her.
Yeah, she's the reason she knows that they have the sandwiches. We reached out and they circled and they were so sweet about it. And they were like,
Have
"Oh my
we
God,
have we talked about Scandal?
No, and I've never seen it.
Oh my!
I've never seen a
God.
single episode. Should I start it?
Yes.
What is it?
I'm gonna rewatch it with you because I've been
what is
dying
it
to
on?
watch it. I don't know. You can like stream it on like one of the things.
Netflix, HBO.
Maybe
Sometimes how your
or
brain is,
Prime or something.
you're having a good day and then it reminds you of something really embarrassing and it ruins your whole day. Sometimes I think about how we did The Affair rewatch and we're like doing breakdown episodes.
We picked
we
the
were really,
worst
we were
show.
So,
No, but okay,
my God.
it's only because that show, the way it's like shot and like the flashbacks and the point of views from both of them, it's impossible.
No, we were finding our footing. We were finding our voice. That was so
But
strange.
I have a feeling we could do Scandal.
Well, and also, just talking about, but yes, okay, I'm going to start it and we can watch it together because it's crazy. I've seen all of her other shit. I love her so much.
Okay, what you're not going to like is there is a will they or won't they aspect to it. But just go with it.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm going to give it a shot.
She like is basically having an affair with the president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, girl.
Okay.
And now every time there's something happening in the government, in the White House, I'm just like, this is just like scandal. I know someone's behind the scenes, pulling strings, coming up with plans. Then it's going to get derailed by someone else's plan. Like everything is, you think about everything so differently.
Well, arguably the least sexy administration of all time is happening. That's right up there with Rosie O'Donnell. People I never want to think about fucking. So yeah, if we're talking about the current White House, yeah, no. Also, did you see that Tesla dork with his black eye?
That he said
and he was on
son?
drugs. Oh, excuse me, allegedly. He looked real high, and as someone who's been high a lot in my life, takes one to know one, and wasn't looking great.
Yeah, claims when your head is rolling around on your shoulders.
When your eyes are rolling and your head is so it's like patting your tummy and hitting your head at the same time, and then no, but yeah, he claims it was his kid. I saw a TikTok last night saying that he was allegedly having a threesome with a couple in Congress somewhere, and they got in a big like public fight. I don't know.
Is that Elon was having it?
Yeah.
Gross. No one believes that. You are so fucking not the guy that could have sex with more than one person at a time. Like, nice try. He thought of the story that would make him sound the fucking coolest, forgetting that he's the biggest dork on the planet and is trying to peddle that. Brother.
Yeah, I'd rather make love to Rosie than even picture him in that scenario, which should tell you a lot. Yuck.
Girl.
Also, I think am I being so mean? Sorry, Rosie. It's just kind of what it is.
No, it is. Listen, she's not it's just an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I think she's had some problematic times in her days.
Also that. So
I don't know. Rosie?
I was also always really upset that Christina Ricci grew up to be her and now and then. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Like that just did not work for me.
No.
It was Christina Ricci, right? She was the adult to that.
Roberta. Yeah. And then who was Rita Wilson was
the annoying one. The annoying, like very uppity Charlotte figure was the girl that was like loved all the doilies and was very prudy. And then Demi Moore, who's so cool in that movie.
Yeah.
Smoker. Obviously, I love her. Is
what's her
the
name?
main
Gabby?
Yeah, the voiceover, the main.
And then Melly Griffith was Thora Birch.
Oh, a fucking all-star movie.
She was like stuffing her. We didn't watch that movie. We should watch that and do a deep dive on that.
Absolutely. Though I maybe have said this before. The one time I was late to filming Vanderpump Rules, because obviously I'm always on time. We had a day event and got drunk and I got home and that was on TV and I completed it and Foy was really mad at me because I got there. I was like 20 minutes late and I was like, sorry, I lost track of time. I didn't lose track. I didn't care. I wanted to finish. I was like, wow, this movie is so good.
Devin Sawa's in it.
That was like such a sexual awakening. They're like their tension of the like that's one will they won't they that really did it for me.
Yeah.
And then they just kiss and then she's like, if you ever tell anyone this, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass or whatever she says.
Hot.
I'm like,
yeah. And who was the one? Was she also the one? Oh, she was the one that would like tape her.
Yeah. She was like, after they kissed, she stopped all of a sudden. He like, ladies, that one day, and she like stops taping her tits. I'm like,
that's the kind of summer I'm trying to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And even honestly,
just like casual like seances, trying to uncover like mystery. You know,
I'm gonna start wearing bras specifically so I can fill Jello in water balloons and stick them in my tits. Because honestly, I would get my tits done if I wasn't so scared of the autoimmune issues that I'm like, so it's not worth it for me. I'm like so scared of that
as a guarantee.
No, I'm so scared of that. It's just not even worth it. But you know whose tits I love? Her name's Aria.
I know.
Kastitsia or whatever.
Sydney Sweeney. Sorry.
And we're going to talk about her.
The best boobs. Oh, we got to talk about her.
But people who are manufactured. So Ari is another OF creator I follow, and her and
Yungblud are dating.
Young Gravy.
Or sorry, what? Oh, sorry.
So her
edit that. Sorry.
No, keep it in.
No,
remind me to show you a picture of Yungblud.
I love it.
I love Yungblud. Oh,
so
Young Gravy.
Who just tagged me in something about Yungblud? Was it you or or it was Kate? Love you, Kate. She's just out there working on her doctorate. It was like, sent it to me and Raleigh was like, I feel like 15-year-old Dana. This is who. And I was like, well, me right now, but also 15-year-old me. So she had a collab with Girthmaster. She had this big breakup and she usually only does OnlyFans content with her partner. So they kind of broke the internet. And then it wasn't because of him that I already knew who she was. And she's just like a delight and really funny. But I've obviously seen her cans because of this. And she had a doctor. She went over the muscle with like the gummy bear silicone, very nice, like new technology. I don't know. They look so good that I was like, I want to feel them, not just because I'm a pervert, because also I just want to like, no. Mm-hmm. But then I want to get them. I was like, damn. And she lives in Seattle. So it's a Seattle doctor.
The thing is, I don't want big boobs, but I just want my boobs to go like, just have a nice shape to it.
Oh, they're like perfect little teardrops. She has shaped implants. I'm like, damn. Also, she was supposed to be single for a year and was like telling us all that. 2 months later, her and Young Gravy are in love. They are like, I think that they did a collab. I'm excited to see.
Well, she's like in LA doing a collab. She goes, a collab that you guys have been asking for. So might have to subscribe.
Also, shout out to anyone that doesn't remember, Ariana starred in a Young Gravy music video a few years ago
Mhm.
that was like about a hot older woman. She looks so good in it.
Yeah, that ass.
Ass would not quit.
Ass did not quit.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to live a long and luxurious life. That's why I've been using Function. Function is an all-in-one health platform that starts with over 100 advanced lab tests covering your entire bod. Heart, hormones, liver, kidneys, thyroid, autoimmunity, cancer signals, toxins, nutrients, and more.
Function Health is about taking control of your health through data. Instead of guessing what's happening inside your body, Function helps you know for sure, providing access to over 100 lab tests. These tests include insights into thyroid function, hormones, liver health, heart health, autoimmunity, kidney function, nutrient levels, heavy metal toxicity, immune system, electrolytes, and more.
Most traditional annual checkups only cover 19 biomarkers. Function Health goes 5 times deeper, giving a comprehensive view that allows you to catch potential issues early and take proactive action. Your first set of tests helps establish a baseline for your health, giving you a starting point to compare future tests against. This makes it easy to spot changes, even subtle ones, and address them proactively.
Lifespans are decreasing, chronic conditions are rising, and cancer is becoming more common in younger people. Knowing what's happening inside is key to prevention, which is why comprehensive testing is so important. Unlike some companies, Function doesn't sell supplements or prescriptions. The insights you get are unbiased and solely focused on your health.
At $499 annually, this membership includes the cost of 100 plus lab tests through their nationwide lab partner. There are over 2,000 locations nationwide, making it accessible to a wider audience, and compared to traditional healthcare costs, that could reach up to $15,000 for these exact tests.
Health is universal. Function Health is for anyone who wants to understand their body better and make informed decisions for a longer, healthier life. Function currently has a waitlist, but they are offering our audience a chance to skip it. Head to functionhealth.com/DRF or enter code DRF when signing up to skip the waitlist.
When we started this podcast, it seemed like our team had to figure it out all on our own: scripts, setup, filming schedule, logos. It was super overwhelming. Not for us, for them. And every day seemed to introduce us to a new decision that needed an answer.
When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing every day with new tasks. And that list can easily begin to overrun your life. Finding the right tool for that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify.
Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started.
Get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style.
Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography.
Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling.
And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond.
If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/disrespectfully.
Go to shopify.com/disrespectfully, shopify.com/disrespectfully.
Yungblud, his new song Zombie that has Florence Pugh and the music video is so good. I posted it the other day on Instagram, but I fucking love it. He's great. I love him.
I also heard, like, I know people that know him that say he's a very delightful, wonderful person, which is always nice to hear.
Yeah. No, I've heard good things too.
I don't know. He just looks like he'd be a good candidate for like an MMF. Like he's just down for whatever, really gentle, very sensitive about your feelings. I like that.
Well, he has a girlfriend, so.
Does he?
Yeah.
Who's his girlfriend?
Jessie Joe? She's a singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, he's pretty
hot.
Okay, Sydney Sweeney is making soap with her own bathwater, which I'll take 2, please.
Men are disgusting. That is,
I'm disgusting.
You are normal. Men are disgusting. It's pandering to that crowd though, like men. And
you know what? do it. If I was her, I would get your fucking bag.
Oh,
Take advantage of all us pigs out there.
absolutely. No, that's like, it's crazy to me that there's actual bathwater in it, which is, they want people to talk about it. Obviously, that's an insane thing to sell, but it actually has her bathwater in it. And I think that she did a small batch of it, but I'm like, how big was your bath? Like, how much water is in it? We just don't know.
I mean, they could put just like a eyedropper amount and it still counts.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing creeps me out. But yeah, I mean, picturing her in a bath, remember when there was like paparazzi photos of her and she just didn't have makeup on but looked hot because she's Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
And people were calling the most ugly men
Mid.
that you've ever seen were calling her mid. You're a ridiculous person, Paul.
Yeah, and there's the same guy will turn around and cry about the male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you deserve to be alone.
Yeah.
You're going to call women like Sydney Sweeney who wouldn't even spit on you if you're on fire.
Right.
Mid, okay, well, cool. You're not attracted to her. Great. She would never look twice at you.
Do you think that she has your favorite natural rack?
Yeah.
I think hers would probably be my favorite natural rack.
Mhm.
They look like a little fucking pillow.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. Stunning.
I feel like such a pig, but also I think she's really fucking talented,
Yes.
smart girl. So I'm not reducing her, guys.
No, we're
I'm
not
just-
pigs.
I'm just trying to say like appreciation, big time.
God forbid a girl have a hobby. I
Yeah.
can't appreciate someone's rack. What is that illegal?
God forbid. I love tids.
Yeah. Come on.
Mine, yours, hers,
Everyone's.
everyone's. Like I'm just a big fan.
Yeah.
Boobs.
Well,
Huge fan.
I wonder how much it's selling for and if it's already sold out. But yeah, I did see that she was doing it. I was just more concerned about my pH because I already can like take baths with nothing in it. So if you're someone who has a vagina, then I probably wouldn't
Is
recommend
this a
bath
picture
water,
of Billie Eilish and Yungblud?
Yes, but zoom in on Yungblud.
Dangus.
Oh my God.
I can see his
Okay, so
penis.
Youngblood doesn't wear underwear, I suppose.
So
God
he likes
forbid
to
a man have
free
a hobby.
ball. Yeah, God forbid a man has
We
a hobby.
just explained to
so
our audience what you're
here's
looking
a
at.
photo. I won't zoom in. There's a photo of Billie Eilish and Yungblud, and he's in a squat position, legs spread. And if you zoom in between his legs, I see his wiener.
That's so funny. It's like the time, what was that action star that posted a photo of his camera roll and his full dick was in his hand in one of them?
Oh,
There was an actor.
wait, what? Chris Evans?
Justin, love you. Yeah, Chris Evans posted a screenshot of his camera roll and everyone zoomed in and it's just his big dumb dick sitting in his hand like an idiot. So, I mean, I love that for us. And then he really rolled with it. Like
Was it a live photo? Is that what the problem was?
I think the problem was that he just had his dick out in a photo and did not realize that it was in the,
So how did he accidentally post this?
he posted a screenshot of his camera roll, which that's like, my camera roll is very private.
He did that on purpose.
He certainly rolled with the punches and was a good sport about it. So I appreciated that.
Man, just dangus on display.
Live photos are dangerous, though, if you're going to send those.
Yeah,
Watch the whole thing. Listen to the whole thing. That's the biggest one. Listen to it.
Here's my
It's-
question for both of you. How do you feel about live photos? Do you usually have them set as live or no?
No, I don't really like them. They can be good for like if you don't like the actual photo you got, you can grab one like a different frame. But yeah, like if you, it can be incriminating if you were taking a photo of something and because it's like a second before and a second after. So
I don't
if you catch a reflection of something or just you gotta turn that feature off.
Yeah, I don't personally like them. This isn't a live photo site. This is just a funny random. My friend's mom one time had just gotten out of the shower and she was taking a photo of something else and sent it to a bunch of people.
That's what I mean.
And she was in the reflection, tits out. And it was a mom. It was like so funny.
Danny did that with our refrigerator technician the other day. He like took a picture of the ice machine thing and didn't realize that the reflection from the ice machine that he was in it. And then he like realized a while later that he had like sent that picture to our refrigerator guy.
He was just like,
he was in underwear, but yeah,
okay.
but
Well,
just
could've been
yeah.
worse. How do you feel about live photos?
They're scary because also something that you wouldn't think about is the audio on them. And so if you send a live photo and somebody like turns up their volume and listens to it, like you got to be so careful.
What is the benefit? Why is that even a thing? Why do people
don't
like
know.
live photos? Because some people love them, and I'm
Because
like,
it's like a cute little video. And like what Katie said, you could pick a different frame if you don't like the exact one it chose.
Yeah, I don't know what the creation was intended for. Why?
What is the Panic Shack putting a spell on us?
Okay, well, remember those one girls came out? It was like the Jez whatever. It's like these 4 girls. I think they're in a band actually, and it's just every day they're like reposting them doing that dance where they like are in a circle and they like twirl, and the next one comes up and they're like, dude, let me look it up.
I have never heard of this in my life.
But I saw this funny thing. They're like, what if like they're all witches and they're just like putting a spell on us? I was like, that feels like the most accurate thing ever. Okay, ready?
Yes. Wait, I love these people. I've never seen this before.
They're amazing, but they're just doing this nonstop.
So it's just a TikTok called the Panic Shack, and they just do a bunch of dances.
They're a band.
Oh, okay.
They're an actual band, but they're cool.
Oh, there's no way they have not done a seance in their life. So
they're like, are they just putting a spell on us? And I'm under the spell because I can't stop watching it. I've seen it a million times. It's the same thing with that pop music stupid dance. I watched every single time it come up. I couldn't not watch it.
I don't know which one.
Radios and Boogie with the Suitcase.
Sometimes it's scary to me how big the internet is because I spend so much time trying to see it all, and I am not even close. Like I've never seen those people before.
Well, now you have, and now you are under the spell.
I sent this to you at 12:02 a.m. This was so upsetting and offensive to me. If you're not watching this is Billy Ray Cyrus. He is such a problematic freak, but why I sent this to you, he posted this weird clip with this really bad AI sounding song. The fact that he is dating the Elizabeth Hurley is so upsetting to me.
Well, she said we have a lot in common. So
what?
Yeah.
She's not even just hot for her age. She's just hot.
Hot, period.
She's never not going to be hot. Like she's so hot, it freaks me out to be dating that little beard. Like and also he allegedly is problematic and abusive and scary. So I'm like, protect Elizabeth Hurley at all costs. But I mean, we've all slummed it before, but this is a big one for her.
Yeah, I need questions and I need answers.
How did they meet?
I have questions, I need answers.
How the fuck do they meet? What do they talk about?
What do they talk about?
She's so like crumpets and
I've
high
already
tea.
pictured them having sex, and I think I get it, but whatever.
Had you already pictured him before I talked about it? Okay, what do you picture? What do you think? You think looks good?
I think they probably have good sex.
No, I think she has good sex, and he's just
maybe
there.
I'm just more focused on her.
Yeah, that's what I have to focus on to get through it.
Oh man, do you know another couple that I'm having a hard time putting my head around? Is Chris Hughes and Jojo Siwa.
Oh my goodness.
Someone please explain to me what is going on. So she broke up with her girlfriend and cheated on her girlfriend with this guy because they were on Big Brother together.
Yeah, well,
are they actually dating or is this a PR thing?
They said that they didn't cheat like while they're there, but they got extremely, extremely close. And I think she started questioning her true like sexuality, or maybe not thinking she was fully lesbian. I don't know. Listen, that's her business, her journey, but like definitely was like too close for comfort for somebody that has a significant other outside of that Big Brother house. And then she took her girlfriend with her to the rap party, broke up with her immediately after, and then has since just been hanging out nonstop, spending time with Chris. And then there's the people that like, they're like, is that your boyfriend? They're like, no. But then like 2 days later are going to post like a picture of them in bed together.
Do you think they're friends or?
Oh, they're more.
They confirmed it.
They
today,
confirmed.
Officially.
They confirmed. And some people are like, oh, I think he's just like using her. I'm like, her fan base are little girls. I don't know what he would be like using her for. I think maybe
I don't even know who he is. Who is he? He's a boy band?
No, he was on Love Island UK like season 3, I think.
Okay.
And I loved him on it, but he's definitely a lot older than her.
I was gonna say, is he older?
Yeah. And also like, but I don't necessarily buy that like, oh, he's just using her because like
he's 32.
Yeah, she's 22.
But she's at 22. That's such a big deal. Like, okay, here's my thing about Jojo Siwa. I don't want to be mean, so I won't say anything else about her. But I will say the sexuality thing really bothers me that people are like being critical of her, because I have seen that fodder online. And as someone who, I wasn't open with anyone else or myself that I was bisexual until I was 28 years old. I knew that I was. I used to say I'm not bisexual. I'm just attracted to women.
But also you never have to be open about it.
You never have to be. And I feel like she felt pressure to identify this thing and say it. And now is like, you're allowed to be fluid. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to talk about it. You're allowed to keep it private. So like, leave her alone in that regard. She's finally
an adult and exploring these aspects of who she is and her identity. And it might change. It's not going to be like, no. Imagine being 22. All of us at 22 didn't know who the fuck we were.
Oh my God. Please.
So yeah.
And she's been on TV since she was
so I do feel for her. And yeah, maybe she finally met someone in her adult years that she connects to that isn't a woman, and she's like, okay, well, let me try this one. Like, who knows? But I think kind of let her live. But I just, the implication of like, oh, he's just using her for a fan base. Okay, well, her fan bases are 12-year-olds. I don't know if a 32-year-old man is worried about 12-year-olds. He's not. He's pretty big on his own right in the UK and all that. So I don't know. Maybe it's genuine.
Yeah.
But I'm having a hard time putting my head around it because they just seem such a like odd pairing. Because I watched like him on Love Island and I'm like, what? This I
so
just can't.
strange. Okay, I'm gonna need to do a little deep dive about this when
Just
I get
goes to
home.
show you don't really know a person based on what you see on TV or what they put out there. Because
That's a good one. Like in terms of the oddball comparison, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, freaky. Who's in your basement?
you are.
I knew you were gonna do that. I
Dana's in-
literally knew she was gonna do that. Go for it.
Dana's in my basement because we've been talking about seeing this movie all weekend. All weekend we want to see it. She's sending me TikTok about it. We're talking about it. I'm like, great, let's go tomorrow or if we have to go Tuesday. Last night I sent her movie time. She goes, oh, I just went and saw that tonight. She went and saw it without me.
Let's be very fucking clear.
No,
Raleigh-
defend yourself, please.
Oh, I'm going to. Raleigh just got home. This is what she wanted to do, so I was gonna go do it, and I wouldn't have done it if I knew you had Flora to see it with. So
You and I were going to go. Flora was going to come. Flora doesn't care to see it or not.
she loves scary movies. What are
I
you
know
talking about?
she was kind of like, whatever. She wanted to see Friendship.
Well, I apologize
We
if I
were
hurt your
wanting to
feelings.
see it. And Dana went and saw it. This feels like a dub DD. What would you do if your friend did you to go see a movie that you were supposed to go see? Not did you, but like went and saw the movie. the
Look,
night before.
I get it. I
Why-
see both sides.
Why couldn't we just go tonight all together?
Because I was with my baby. And that's what my baby wanted to do.
Okay,
so that's what
well-
we did. Sorry.
You're unreliable. You're in the basement.
I'll take the basement, but I don't think anyone's ever described me as unreliable in my life.
Well, if I make plans with you to go see something, I'm looking forward to it. How am I going to trust that you're not going to just go do it without me? And then be like, oh yeah, I already did. Okay,
Who else is in your basement?
that's all.
Just me. Okay. That's all.
What's the
Okay.
question?
I have 4 in my basement.
Oh.
First, Handmaid's Tale ending. Hated it. Couldn't have been worse. Did not like it. It was right up there for me with the Game of Thrones ending.
Ugh.
It just, they rushed all this shit. It was way too like neat and tied up in a bow for things that had happened. Personally, that's how I felt about it.
Okay.
France as a whole, because they are banning outdoor smoking. You can still smoke at restaurants allegedly, but like parks and shit. And I'm like, one of my favorite thing about France is you can smoke in like the newborn section of a hospital. Like you can smoke
It's
anywhere.
like the most on-French shit ever for them to ban. You know, I bet. Whatever. Yeah.
No, I'm horrified.
But
So
did they know that cigarettes are making a comeback?
apparently they're not watching my TikToks. So maybe I should send them
It's
to
weird.
them to have a
It's
chat.
Very weird.
Maybe that's why the Prime Minister of France's wife smacked him in the face when they were coming off of their plane. Did you see that?
Iconic behavior, yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
did he
then-
say to her?
He tried to back. Yeah, what did you do? Like they, not to victim blame, but they tried to like make
He
it.
probably said makes you smile or something. Probably, something
Probably
like
said that, or
something derogatory.
he probably was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ban smoking," and then she did what I would do. So
She put out her cigarette and then smacked him.
absolutely.
That
King
is not
size
funny,
candy
but-
bars. We've talked about this. I feel like you can only find king size candy bars these days, where it'll be like 2 Butterfingers or 4 Reese's or a Snickers the size of a dick. Like the thing is, this is my own problem because I don't have self control and I will eat the whole thing. But I miss the days when candy bars were $1.25 and they were enough for 1 single serving. I don't
True.
want 2 because I'm going to eat the whole thing.
Yeah. They're like, oh, sharing size. What if you know what? That is really alienating to a solo person's life.
Yeah,
Style.
I'm chronically single. How dare you? Finally, I've talked about this before in terms of a top, losing a top and you can't figure out where it is. I have lost my shorts. And when I say my shorts, I own a single pair of shorts, but I love them. They're perfect. Where did you go? I wore them to Coachella. I cannot find them.
Oh, I meant to say I was on Free People website yesterday and they have a lot of A Goldie. So check it out.
No, I'm probably going to have to replace them. And usually it's when you replace them that the old one pops
Yeah.
up. But I hate how clinically insane it makes me feel because I don't usually lose things. And when it's a clothing item, I'll usually find it. But I put things where they belong. So I'm like, I've put this in such a stupid place. So I have to try to think like past stupid me of like carelessly throwing it somewhere. But I live in a small space. It's not huge. Where the fuck
The
are
same
those shorts?
thing happened to me though when I went on the cruise and I was coming home and I was like, "Where's that tote bag that I have with my bathing suits? You know, just all my favorite pair. I have 1,000 pairs of bathing suits, but I have 3 that I wear. They're all in this bag, and I can't find it. And it was also my favorite tote bag. I'm like, there's no way I would have left it behind. And I remember going through. I always go through all the rooms, the bathrooms, check everything, lift things up, and I was like, I know I did that. So where the fuck did it go? It's just like in my apartment somewhere, probably.
Well, Lindsay floated that idea to me. She's like, did you leave it there? And I'm like, no, because I'm like you. Let's put it back on the daddy list, the final sweep. When you've stayed in a
Ooh.
hotel or an Airbnb, you pack everything up and you put it by the door and then you fucking SEAL Team 6. You go through your place.
Yeah.
That is like one of my favorite things to do. So I find it hard to believe I left it there. But
They'll turn up. Do
They
you do
have
do you do
to.
like me and like when you're doing like a rush cleanup and you just kind of shove things in places?
oh, when I get home
Yeah.
after this, I'm going to organize and then completely go through every single drawer. I like done it quickly, but anyway, that's what I'm going through right now.
Damn it. Well, I hope you find them. If not, I do think Free People has them.
Thanks. I hope so. No, they're like replaceable technically, but you know, I get
But it's
attached
annoying when
to
you already own
inanimate objects.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to wait for it to come in. It's 100 fucking degrees outside. You just want to be in your shorts.
no, it's
I want to show the world my legs.
yeah. I was like, I had to wear that skirt that made me feel some kind of way about myself yesterday because I couldn't wear pants. It was too hot.
Whatever, the skirt looked hot. So
Okay,
good.
thanks.
Anyway,
Okay, well, I think that's the episode.
that's the episode.
Great, perfect timing. I have to pee. Okay, love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully.